Hey guys, my name is Lauren Paul. I'm the owner of Lauren Paul Photography and LA Marketing and Productions. All week this week and next, we are interviewing small business owners in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And today we are here with Travis. Travis, how are you?
I'll be a lot better tomorrow. Be open.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, tell us about the businesses that you own.
I own Trey's Barn Grill, started in November of 2014 in South Tulsa, 108th and Memorial. And we just opened Cardinal Club right around the corner in the same shopping center, actually, the old wine loft. Just opened a new concept, completely new concept to Tulsa called Cardinal Club. That one is a semi-private restaurant and cigar lounge with a nice big patio, everything like that. Trey's more bar and grill. We've won a lot of food awards. We've won Tulsa's Best Burger by Oklahoma Magazine and Tulsa World, and we've won 6 chili cook-offs. We've won Tasty Bixby 3 times. So Trey's is one of those places. It's people think, oh, it's just a bar or whatever, and then they try the food, and we do really well with our food. We take a lot of pride in it. So, and then Cardinal Club, the fine dining style is a little more steaks, seafood. We've got Tulsa's best steak. I'll put it up against anybody's. We do a kind of our favorite, kind of our calling card is our smoked American Wagyu tomahawk. So we take about a 3-pound American Wagyu tomahawk ribeye from Snake River Farms in Idaho. So it's Japanese Wagyu crossbred with American Black Angus. So they crossbreed those, and then we drill a hole in the end of the bone, and then we smoke them to order. So it's pretty wild. So just getting this concept off the ground, open February 8th, and then of course shut down like a month later. So as everybody could imagine, opening a new fine dining place and then stunting it a month later, not ideal, but we're making the best of it.
Well, that kind of leads into my next question about the quarantine, and tell us a little bit about your biggest obstacles during this time and how you've overcome them.
I think the biggest obstacle kind of moved. So your biggest obstacle at the beginning was obviously getting the word out, because talking about marketing, like how do you reach people? Mm-hmm. Like how do you put it out in the newspaper? Do you get on social media? Do you how do you guarantee to reach every person? Do you get a billboard? Whatever. So it was really like, okay, how do we get the word out that we are still doing carry out, that we're still doing this, that, and the other? And it was really the struggle then moved, or the challenge then moved to community fatigue. Mm-hmm. Because we saw incredible support, especially at Trey's. We saw incredible support right out of the gate because we've been there for over 5 years. We're involved in a lot of community efforts, so I think people are more willing to help out people that have been helping the community out. So that was great for us in the first week or two. But then people are getting laid off, maybe offices are shutting down. So everybody definitely wants to order food, when boss is paying, but maybe when they get home, it's not quite the same sometimes. So anyways, we started to, we kind of fell off a cliff after that second week. And because there's community fatigue. And when people say, well, we need to start saving a bit more money, we need to stop spending so much, the first thing they cut is, oh, we need to stop eating out so much. That's the easiest way to save money. Yeah. So it was kind of, I would never ask our customers or anything, or my friends, to support me in a time where they can't, or it's not smart for them to. Mm-hmm. So there was a bit of that balancing act that we had to navigate. But yeah, I'd say, and really just the uncertainty, many people had it much worse off than we did. We've got great regular support. I've only got about 40 employees between the two places. So first things first, I said, I'm not laying anybody off. I'm going to pay everybody. I've got single moms, I got expecting moms, I got single dads, I got transitional employees that are transitioning from, other careers trying to get into this. I just wasn't going to lay anybody off. So, but the mental kind of drain that you have when every day you have to think about, okay, what if this goes to July? What if this goes into the fall? What if what are they going to let us do? And then they're like, well, the government's going to bail you out. I'm like, well, because dealing with the government is so easy, right? They're so efficient. They do everything so efficiently. just look at the DMV and how efficiently that's run.
Yeah.
So, you know, when it was like, well, you know, we got to wait on this, got to wait on that. I'm like, look, I will bet on the community 10 times out of 10 to lean on, as opposed to leaning on, you know, banks or the government to bail me out. So I would say it was hard because there was no singular focus of, okay, this is our obstacle.
Mm-hmm.
Like the obstacle, the goalposts kept moving as to what the biggest obstacle was almost daily.
Yeah.
And all of that had the underlying tension of, all right, I got payroll in 10 days. Let's see what happens. So,
yeah. Well, I will say I have been very impressed with your ability to stay consistent on social media. As a small business marketing person, that's one of my things I tell my businesses is just stay consistent, stay posting, stay active. Post those engaging posts so that people will comment, get that organic traffic going. So you have definitely stood out to me just in you're not backing down. No quarantine's gonna stop you. You're not gonna back down. And that's been very inspiring. And I'm sure that there's others who have been inspired by that as well. So good job, because social media in itself is a full-time job on top of juggling everything else. So
see my screen time right now. It's outrageous. I just got my screen time. Like I just downloaded that little like widget or whatever on my iPhone the other day. And I'm like, I almost don't even want to look at it. I looked at it this morning and I was like, oh my God.
Oh no.
But people are on their screen. I mean, yes, everything you said is exactly correct. You know, social media is so important to stay consistent. Keep posts up. You know, every time somebody checked in with, like every time somebody posted about, you know, oh, picked up, you know, a family meal from Cardinal, like I'd share it to my personal and then I'd have the business share it. And I would do that between both places because everybody's looking at their screens right now. They can't do anything else.
Right.
So I would imagine everybody's screen time is up. But yeah, mine is, funny story. I was talking to my bartender about starting him an Instagram because he didn't have one. And I was like, hey, I want to do Liquor Chef Jeff because we really call him Liquor Chef instead of the bartender. So I was walking him through like how to make a post, like what, you know, if you need to use a filter, like you can tag people in it, you can hashtag this, check in, like all that. And he finally put one picture up and he was like, I was like, all right, now do another. He was like, another. I was like, I have 4 Instagram accounts. I have 4 Instagram accounts, 3 Twitters, like 4 Facebooks. Like, he's like, what do you do? Like, you have to do this all day? I'm like, I should do it more. I should always do it more.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's definitely a full-time job. Okay, so tomorrow is the reopening of both locations, correct?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that and the safety procedures that you guys are putting into place to keep everybody safe and well.
Absolutely. So we've been going on, the Oklahoma Restaurant Association has been doing an incredible job through this whole pandemic. They, you know, daily emails with updates on what's going on with different city municipalities and the state and how federal guidelines would affect us and different precautions what the health department's doing. They've been such a blessing, the ORA has. So if you're not an ORA member and you're watching this and you own a restaurant, join. But anyways, they've brought some guidelines out for us that have been really helpful. And they kind of take, you know, those 20-page emails and whatnot and trim them down to, you know, that Reader's Digest version. So, you know, the standard 6 to 8 feet between tables, no groups larger than 10 sitting together unless it's in a private space, secluded space.
Mm-hmm.
What we're doing in both places is we're taking salt and pepper shakers off the tables, no mustard, no no mustard bottles, squeeze bottles. We'll do everything in ramekins, ketchup the same way, everything like that. You want to just cut down on the shared contact. So we're getting hand sanitizer machines installed. We're moving some tables outside to take them away to ensure the spacing, you know, gloves, masks, the whole 9 yards. So it really, you know, in this day and age, talking about social media, you want to give the peace of mind, one. Right. I mean, so you want to give the peace of mind, you want to give the safety. I mean, there are certain things that, I mean, restaurants train year round, every year in food safety. Mm-hmm. Like we go through, I've personally been through hours and hours of classes with big textbooks and whatnot for my manager certifications. And then the health department comes and checks out our stuff. Like our kitchens are safe. Like if you get one person sick, it can shut down your whole restaurant.
Right.
And this is our livelihood. So whether there's COVID, whether there's not COVID, restaurants are always taking extreme precautions that people don't take in their own homes. So as far as the safety standards go, I'm not worried about that the least bit. So I think we'll do our due diligence there. I've got a meeting at 5 today at Cardinal Club here, and then had a meeting yesterday with the staff at Trey's to really, even when it comes to like wrapping the menus to the tables and whatnot, so people don't have to pick up menus and they still like can be cleaned and all this. And a lot of people are going to disposable menus. We've got, laminated menus, so we'll just sanitize those and whatnot. So it's just, being cautious. I'm a big spirit of the rule guy. It's what are they intending to do with these guidelines?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, stay away from each other, wash your hands, disinfect things. Like, I think if you keep within the spirit of the rules, then you're going to be in good shape.
Yeah, I agree. That's awesome. Well, I'm excited. I will be in there shortly. I'm ready for some restaurant service. I've been cooking my own food for far too long. We actually ordered Trey's. I don't know. It's probably 3 weeks ago, and it was excellent. So I'm a big fan of Trey's. So
it's better.
What?
It's better in person.
It's better. Well, it's like a lot of food is better in person, but it was so nice to not have to cook dinner. I think I had the chicken tacos, maybe.
Yeah. Yep.
And I've had a couple burgers at Trey's. They're excellent.
So. Our burgers are great.
Okay, so tell us, you were telling me before we started recording about you kind of have an extensive background in the restaurant industry. So tell us a little bit about why you chose the restaurant industry.
Yeah, I think so. I was raised in hotels. My father had been essentially the fixer, if you will, in this hotel group all throughout the Midwest. Like they were stationed like the headquarters was in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, but if there was a restaurant that needed to be turned, or a hotel that needed to be turned around, we would then move to that city, stay in that city until they turned it around. Then we move all over. So I lived in 7 cities by the time I was 8 or something like that, in 4 different states. So I was always in hotels. I was always in the restaurants. Like it just kind of was in my blood. As much as my parents tried to keep me out of the service industry, like they had no chance. So I started working in restaurants young, literally like 18th birthday, started working as a server. And I noticed like, I loved it. There's not a lot better feeling, like instant gratification, than delivering somebody's food that maybe you recommended or something like that, and them being completely fulfilled, satisfied, and being thankful for that. So the ability, it was kind of like my high, like the ability to have that multiple times on a daily basis was great for me. So I really enjoyed that, really enjoy hosting people, really enjoy serving people. So it was an obvious route for me. And when I was working at a previous job, it was one of those things. I would be a trainer. I trained most of the staff, a lot of places that I was working, and I was like, man, I could probably train my own staff. So I'd always kind of had thoughts of getting into ownership, and I didn't want to. It's so hard to get a restaurant loan because restaurants fail. Like statistically, that's what they do. So I didn't want to. It's tough to get a loan. I didn't have a ton to put up. I mean, I was 24 years old when we opened Trey's, so it's not like I'd been bankrolling my lawn mowing.
Yeah.
12
people aren't at 24.
Yeah, I wasn't in the financial position. So, anyways, got approached by a regular, and he's like, "Hey, I've been watching you for a while, and whatnot, and you've been taking care of me. So, what do you think about opening a restaurant? I've got this concept in mind. Do you think it'll work?" I was like, "Sure, let's do it." It's kind of like improv comedy. They always say like, agree, like move it forward. Like if you ever watch an improv show, like they always like, yes, they agree to everything. Like no matter what, they always move the scene forward. So that's how I was like bartending. Like, hey, just agree. So yeah. So that's how it ended up working out. So opened Trey's in 2014. Took over what was then Cork in 2014 as well at 91st and Memorial. Sold that in January of 2016. And is that me?
No, it's me. Sorry.
You're just popular. Popular.
Well,
So anyway, so started doing that and then opened Cardinal Club in February. So
cool.
trying to
That's
get it going.
awesome. Well, good for you. I think being in the service industry, like you said, I'm in the service industry too. Basically, we serve people, we give people, customer experiences.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very rewarding thing to do. And like you said, you get to just make people happy, bring joy to their life. And I think it's a talent and it's a blessing. And I mean, you've got it. You're obviously doing very well. So
Well, thank you.
people are blowing me up right now.
So popular. My goodness.
Okay, so tell us how people can find you and find out more about your restaurants.
Okay, so Trey's phone number is 918-970-4950. TreysTulsa.com. Trey's Tulsa on Facebook. It's Trey's Bar Grill on Twitter. Trey's Tulsa on Instagram. We're everywhere. We're not real hard to find. Over there at 108th and Memorial, right by Lifetime Fitness. So pretty easy to find. We're right in the back of that shopping center that Cardinal Club is on the frontage of. So Cardinal Club, right around the corner. That, again, semi-private restaurant. So when you hear the word private, don't freak out. It's just semi-private. So from 11 to 5, Monday through Friday, it is members only. We've got about 50-something members right now. And then from 5 to close every day, and all day Saturday and all day Sunday, it's open to the public. So there's been some confusion in that. So I just want to make sure that is very clear. But our website there is Cardinal Club Tulsa. You can see a theme here with the website, but cardinalclubtulsa.com. It's got the menus, got the membership information, everything like that. Phone is 918-970-4766. And then we're, Cardinal Club Tulsa on Facebook and on all the Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff too. All that stuff. I'm not on TikTok yet, so.
Oh, come on. You got to get on TikTok.
No, you definitely have TikTok, don't you?
I have a TikTok only for viewing purposes.
Oh, I've heard that before. It all starts the gateway. It's a gateway.
You can really get into some really funny stuff. It's a nice little escape sometimes to just laugh at people and the crap that they post.
I'll be looking forward to your TikTok.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, thank you so much. I know that you're very busy and I wish you all the best of luck, especially tomorrow, first day back, first day open, I guess, not first day back, but thank you so much. It was so great to chat with you, Travis. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Hope to see you soon.
Thank you.